All right. Hey, what's up, nerds? On this episode, I talked to Trent Lutzke. He's a young hog. It's kind of crazy how young he is, though. I think he said he's 24, and he's got I don't know 5 DVD parts. The dude goes hard, and that's the first question I asked him. Why are you a psychopath? So he's really fun to watch, and he's also a great filmer. Yeah, we talk about some upcoming video releases that I don't think are supposed to be talked about, so it's pretty exciting. Trent's dope, and if I remember correctly, we talked about everything. We talked about his BMX journey, his filming journey, him and his girlfriend, his college life, and what makes him motivated. Like, why does he do crazy stuff, and what goes into it when you're about to do like the world's biggest feeble, or like the Staples Center X Up feeble that he did. It's so insane. Yeah, that's enough rambling for me. If you're listening to this on Spotify or podcasts, don't do anything. You don't have to leave a review. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't subscribe. Just send me a message saying, do more. That's it. Thank you. Enjoy. Rolling. It's live, dude. What's up? Welcome to the podcast.
This meeting is being recorded. Hello, Bobby.
Hey, Trent. I've been watching every single video that you've ever put out for the past 2 days. My first question is, why are you a psychopath?
It helps me sleep at night.
For real though, what I am curious about, because I don't think I've ever had that. Just like, I don't know, hog mentality. Like you just look at a big ass setup and you're like, I'm gonna do this, and then you do it. What goes through your brain? Why do you do the big shit?
Dude, there was like, I'm sure a lot of bikers go through this, but there was a big period in my life where I just felt like I sucked, man. It's like, I suck. Everyone around me is like Grant. I mean, I rode with my buddy Grant Uwe since we were like 15, filmed with him since then. And like, I always thought he was so much better than me. And I wouldn't doubt that he probably thought the same shit about me. But it was like, and he had like the 360s, you know, the hard spins out of rails. And I was just like, man, like I got to fucking set myself apart here. Like, all right, like if all I can do is a feeble grind, then shit, I might as well do it off a fucking roof. Dude, I don't know. It's like, just fucking live for that feeling. I don't know.
It sounds like it's a little like competitive. Did you
it
play?
It was in the beginning. When I look back on it, I really do feel like as a kid, it was like competition within myself and like against Grant, but never actually saying that out loud.
Well, same here. Like I have that, I don't know. I think it comes from like, did you play sports as a kid?
I played football all through high school. I was a fucking quarterback all through high school.
Sick.
My mom was like a state champion softball player, and we grew up in a really, really small town. I graduated with like 50 kids. One stoplight town in the middle of cornfields, and like football was the thing. It's like every Friday night, that's what everyone was doing. And I was getting into BMX more because I was always into snowboarding heavy and kind of played baseball. And then I was getting into BMX more, and I was like, I just want to do this. I want to do this all the time. And my mom's like, I'll support BMX if you at least play one team sport, because I was an only child and she thought it'd be good for me.
Yeah.
Kind of have like that brotherhood of football.
Yeah.
I couldn't explain to her like, yo, I have this brotherhood at the skate park.
Yeah. I had the exact same thing happen with my dad. Like I told him at one point, I was like, I'm going to quit the basketball team so that I can focus on BMX. And he was like, no, Robert, don't. It's going to blah, blah, blah. Like you got to stay in these organized sports. Thinking back, I'm like, I get it. What do you think about, first of all, where was this small town? Where did you grow up?
Merrill, Michigan. Dude, I'm actually fucking wearing my grandpa's shirt right now from that town.
Merrill, Michigan, regional champs.
Merrill. Dude,
that's dope.
Everyone from Michigan does this shit, so
the mitten.
Yeah, the mitt, dude. There's the mitt, and then there's the UP. So I'm from fucking dead nuts of the Lower Peninsula.
Sick.
Yeah, it's flat as flat can be, and just corn and sugar beets and pickles.
Where are you at now?
I'm in Milwaukee now. So
one state over, right?
Yeah, just across the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. Dude, I like I moved from here all the way up to here.
You lived in the UP, or is that Wisconsin now?
Yeah, this is the UP. So that's like the northern
Yeah.
upper peninsula, all
Yeah.
the way north. And then this is all like Lake Superior up here. It's this massive lake. And my thumb is essentially the Keweenaw Peninsula. That's where I lived for like the last 5 years.
Nice. Is it a big city?
Yeah.
I saw something on your story. You like cruising.
No, it's a little town. It's two towns separated by a bridge.
And that's where you are right now, like at the
Nope, I
studio?
live down in Milwaukee now. So I got this
Okay.
job. I got this job at Seek Creative back in January. And
How
I
is
was kind
that?
of doing how is it?
Yeah. How'd you get it? What is it?
Yeah, how'd I get this
Tell
Seek
me about
job?
Seek Creative.
Dude, Seek Creative, it was started by Jeff Klugowitz and Jeff Dowen like 2 years ago. Jeff K been doing the freelance videography, photography thing for probably like 10, 15 years. I mean, he's been doing it forever. He's an OG in BMX too. And
Yep.
probably dropped 500 BMX videos on Vimeo over the years. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I'm aware. Very aware.
yeah.
Trent's a legend.
Yeah, fucking.
Or Jeff's a legend. Sorry.
Yeah, Jeff's a legend.
You're also a legend, Trent.
They started this 2 years ago and things got rolling. And I asked him right when they started it, I hit up Jeff on Instagram. I was like, yo, like this looks sick. I would love to work for you guys if you have anything during the summer. Cause I was still finishing up school at the time.
Okay.
And yeah.
What's your like job title? What's your responsibility?
I'm the videographer, assistant videographer, and assistant editor to Jeff K, because Jeff Dowen handles all the internal shit. He, does the numbers, the accounting, and talks with clients and makes sure we're organized. Does a lot of the emailing. Yep. And then Jeff K mans pretty much all of the creative side of things, all of the editing, all the filming. He was a one-man army, other than like Dowen helping him a little bit, and then our other buddy helping him a little bit here and there. And I got done with school and he hit me up out of the blue about a year later. And it's like, sup? He's taking pictures of me.
Is that Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff K, come on in here. What's up?
Jeff K, pop in here.
Jeff K.
He said he's not.
Okay.
He did say he's down though to do a podcast with you.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
I think
he got me this job just working with him, and I've just been helping him every step of the way. I worked on iMovie up till working here. And
no shit.
Yeah, I've just been getting like hands-on, one-on-one training.
What did you make in BMX? I feel like you made a full length. Did you not? Or you just help out making a full length? Or did you ever do your own full project?
So we did 989 Crew. That was Grant and I, and then our friend Alex McTaggart and John Dietz and Gage Keller, Bobby Ross. But Alex McTaggart, he was older than all of us, and he manned all of 989 Crew stuff. He did all the clothing, and he filmed everything. Well, I mean, you know how it is. All the homies filmed.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But he edited everything. He manned it all. He got it out to DVD. So by the time I was like 18, I think we did 3 DVDs.
That's so crazy. And that's young to be in 3 DVDs, dude.
Yeah, if not 3 DVDs, it was at least 2 DVDs and 1 like full length for Dig or something like that.
Yeah.
Which we thought was fucking awesome at the time.
For real, it is awesome.
Yeah.
I heard somebody told me that you like are associated with Dig. You work with Dig too.
Yeah, I do. I work with Dig now. Yep.
What's your job there? You're a man of many jobs, Trent.
I am now, dude. The last year and a half, really, it's been fucking crazy. I've just been saying yes to everything and not being afraid to ask and be told no.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's the spirit.
Yeah, I got done with school. Dude, I've been like manifesting about like becoming a professional BMX rider since I started. I don't know. Like I said, I never thought I was that good, but I just always wanted that. I always wanted that for myself. I watched like Kareem Williams stand the life, and I was like, that's the life I want to live.
Yes. Shout out Kareem.
I want to be a bum. And it's like, it's not that at all. Obviously, BMX taught me so much over the years, just in terms of how to self-market myself and just how to fucking overcome. I mean, the list goes on of how
Yeah.
much BMX teaches you and how to
Tell me.
talk to people, how to relate to 37-year-old Jeff K. Like,
Yep.
dude, it's been unreal. I got done with school in December 2020, and my girlfriend and I, for the last semester, built out a van. We bought this cheap ass van for like $1,200 and built it out, put some parts in it. I'd never worked on an engine before, got some experience doing that. Then we drove it to Texas on a whim, and all of a sudden we were there for like 6 weeks and best friends with everybody. And
Sick.
yeah, we were staying with Hobie and Julian and Jared at their place, and we filmed Whoops down there, and I gave that to Dig. I was just like, yo, I filmed this video. Like, here
Here
you
you
go.
go.
I'd love it if Dig put their logo on it. And fuck, Hobie must have put in a good word with Fred or something. I don't know, but they were like, dude, we want you to do video work for us. Like, we need someone in your area with your motivation. And they're like, we need you. We fucking
Amazing.
want you. And dude, yeah. So they let me take like full reign on ideas. I send them videos from homies around here. So it's a great way for like now the entire Midwest and like all of my close homies to get their videos out there, get them on Dig instead of just throwing them up for a few hundred views. It's just easy for them to get it on Dig now and do
Yeah.
all these. They're all stoked, and everyone's just been fucking filming more and going out, and
Hell
dude,
yeah.
it's
Good for
been
you.
good, man.
Dig
Dig
is
is it's the shit.
I've never like really gotten to know or spoken to anybody at Dig. Like I've known of Dig obviously forever. It's the magazine and then it's turning into the digital age. Like who is Fred? What is Dig like? Like is it small? I mean, I would imagine it's not that big of an operation, but it's a big influence in the BMX world. So like tell me about
Yeah,
Dig. Educate me. Explain like I'm 5. What's Dig? Who's Dig?
Dig is Will Smith, I believe is his last name. I believe it's spelled like Smyth. It's Will
Okay.
Smith or Smythe, and then Fred Murray, I believe is his last name.
I know Fred Murray's
Yeah,
name. I don't think
it's
I've ever met him.
Will. As far as I know, from what I've learned the past couple of years talking with those guys, because I didn't even know them. I mean, 2 years ago, Dig was just Dig to me, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, Will started it, I believe, and then got Fred on pretty soon after that. And it's just pretty much been those two guys. And then Wes, I know, is a big influence. And
Yeah.
um, there's, I think Devin Hutchins might be another guy.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And then there's been a lot of people over the years. That's what's cool about Dig is they're all about like contribution.
Yeah, it's
They,
epic. I'm so
yeah.
curious about like a company like that or a company like Our BMX and their like
Yeah.
model. Like, how are you bringing in revenue? I would imagine it's like
I,
ad placements on the website or
yeah, a lot of it's that. I don't necessarily know the ins and outs of it. I did like I know Fudger, and I know
yeah,
from talking with Fred and with Will, I know it all just whatever it is, the ins and outs of it, whatever it is, it all just comes back to love for BMX. They're
yeah.
both just trying to put content out there and make it look cool,
Yeah, is that
make what they
their
think looks cool.
that's the thing I'm wondering is like is that your main gig? Like for Fudger, is Our BMX his only thing that he's doing or is he making money outside? I always like that's my interest is like in the BMX world
Yeah,
it is about BMX, but then like
right. But you got to survive. Like you
yeah,
got to make
you know?
money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I would assume that that's all he's doing. I mean, the amount of time. I know that's not all Fred's doing. I know that he has gigs elsewhere. Like I'm sure it's like freelance stuff, or maybe he has like a situation I have here with Seek,
Yeah.
or like you have.
Yeah.
Because I've seen him do like fireball shoots. Like he's always
Sick. That's
yeah.
cool.
But Will, I don't know anything about Will. I would think that Dig is all he focuses on. You'd think with how much work it takes, he's
Yeah.
had to have found a way to make a living doing it because it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, those dudes are packed with stuff. I just sent them the ends video, and they're like, maybe end of July we could get this out. That was like 2 weeks ago. And
Huh.
so I mean, they have stuff every day, YouTube videos every day on top of Instagram stuff, and I'm sure Fudger's doing the same thing. It's all probably scheduled out months ahead of time.
Yeah, it never ends either. It's
a
like
never ending process, which I can, yeah. I'm starting to understand, like, because I made this commitment to doing the in-between stuff. And I remember in the beginning, I was like kind of promising myself, well, I'm going to do these monthly. And dude, all of a sudden 2-3 things get in the way of it. And then a month and a half goes by and you're like, holy fuck.
It's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah. So I would hope that that's all those guys have to focus on in life, and they make a living doing it.
Yeah. Tell me about the in-between.
The in-between, I started with my friend Mark Bennett. When I moved up to the UP, I met this kid, Mark, and he was just a fucking goofball, man. He's always around, and he always had a camera out, and he was always filming shit. And I just thought it was hilarious. And he always put videos out that were like just funny, of us fucking around and whatever, just being 19 and stupid. And
yeah,
but you could like see the creative potential in everything he was doing. Like my mom would watch one of his videos and probably think it's fucking stupid and we're a bunch of bad kids or something.
Yeah.
But I would watch him and I could see, like, dude, this kid's got it. Like he's crazy, man. The way he edits is just nuts. And he loves to capture just like random shit that I never really thought to capture before. I was always just point a camera at a bike. Like that's all that made sense to me. And then after living with him and just living in the UP and being around a good motivating group of people, dude, it just, I don't know, ideas started flying. And Mark and I were living together with Grant and my girlfriend. We were just like, dude, we do so much cool shit that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And all of our friends do cool shit. And then here we are sitting here complaining about the scene, like, oh, the scene's bad. All the kids like aren't as motivated as used to be. Like all that just old head thought that you start to think. And it's like, okay, well, what if we do something to change that? Like, what if we get conversation out there? Like, what if we ride the edge of being corny?
Yes.
I don't know. Like,
that's the spirit. That's what I'm talking about.
And it was, dude, the in-between is literally now we had no idea what it was. To get the first episode out, it took probably 6 months of Mark editing it, throwing it over to me looking through it, editing some, him editing it, me editing it, and then throwing it back and forth. And we still had no idea where we were at. We were like, what's the fucking point of this? Like, yeah, it's cool. But what's the fucking story here?
Yeah.
So then I sent it to Dig and they were like hyped on it. And I was like, are you serious? You like this? Like, no way. Fuck yeah. And then they had like small suggestions with like the font and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And I took it back and I couldn't bring myself, because now that I knew Dig liked it, I'm like, okay, this is actually going to go live. I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit down and really try to fucking make this make sense. And I ended up just taking my phone and doing these little voiceovers in my kitchen, like right down there, making it sound good. And it cringes me. Like it was cringing me to edit it and to listen to my voice. And dude, I was just cringing, I'm like, fuck, this sucks. but it makes sense now. And like the point's there. And I don't like, dude, the mental barrier I had to go through to like put my voice out there like that, especially at this point in my career.
Yep.
It was like to have an opinion, and dude, it was a lot. It was hard.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because there's so many people who are like not doing shit because of the fact that they think it's cringe, and it's like, dude, just do shit, like you get over yourself. Yeah,
just fucking do it. Like if there's anything I can say, I'm not shitting you. With the in-between, the first episode went live, and I'm just like, I'm more nervous than I've ever been for any video part. Like I have confidence in my writing parts for the most part.
Yeah.
But this, I was like, oh fuck. Like, people are really gonna see a different side of me here.
They're gonna think I'm corny.
I don't know if anyone knows I have a soft side, just going through it, man. And I'm not shitting you. It got posted, and within 20 minutes, and it's like a 16-minute video or something like that, within 20 minutes, Felix Pregenberg, who I've never met, and he goes, he is the first person not only to like comment anything, he went out of his way and messaged me. It was like, this is what BMX needs. Like, I'm from a small town.
Yes.
I'm from a small town in Germany, and this just absolutely hit home. Like, this really motivated me. Like, whatever it was, and it, dude, I was like, in that moment, I'm like, Felix. I'm like, that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
that was the one person I would think like wouldn't even watch it. Like, I don't
Right.
know him.
Yeah.
I don't even
Exactly.
know him. You
But
know?
he's so good at writing, and he's like
Yeah.
cool, and he dresses well. He's
And
obviously gonna think this shit is corny, but no, it's not.
yeah,
You know?
no, dude. He thought it was sick, and he
That's
got
what's up.
something out of it. And I'm like, we are all the same. Like, we're all going through the same bullshit.
Yep.
If we just put honesty out there and just be ourselves, like, the better off we're all gonna be.
Facts. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and it all now it's honestly the in between is just giving me this whole new confidence, and
Yeah.
it comes in waves. I mean, there's nights I'll like lay down and start thinking about ideas and thinking about shit I have to say, and like I'll get that inner cringe still.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
yeah, and then I talk with my girlfriend helps me a lot because she deals with a lot of just she's so confident and so not confident, and she helps me when I'm being not confident be confident, and then I
That's
do the same for
perfect.
her.
That's
Yeah, it's just
amazing.
still yeah, it's been good. She's been really helping me out with it a lot, and
Tell me about her. How old are you? How old is she? How long have you guys been together? You
I'm
guys did the van
24.
life, dude?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Awesome.
She's 22. I met her when I started going up to the UP to film with Noah.
Oh,
Dude, Noah Huntsinger is this like pegless ripper. You know him,
yeah, I
but
know. He's a goat.
yeah, he's a goat. He's from up there where I moved to, from the fucking bumfuck nowhere, and I started going up there to visit him and got him on Dead Bread throughout that time. And just, I was going up there like all the time. And I met her through his girlfriend at the time. She's one of her friends. And I don't know, man. She always just felt like my best friend.
Sick.
Yeah, she's the sickest.
And then, dude, I'm curious because I don't know. You meet
Maddie is
this.
her
This
name.
is not using an app. You just found her in real life, and then you started off as
Oh, I
friends.
mean,
And then what?
yeah, I mean, the Tinder kind of came into it because I met her at the house, and we were just kind of shy across the room. And then that night, I guess after she told me this recently, I guess after seeing me that day, she downloaded Tinder again
To try and
and
find you?
tried to find me and liked me, and I liked her, and the rest is history,
Amazing.
man.
That's so cool that you
Yeah,
guys balance out and give each other confidence
yeah,
when you need it. That's magical. That's a good
yeah, dude.
relationship.
Yeah, she comes from a really, really strict religion growing up, and kind of like ran away from it, so to
Yeah.
say, when she was like 16, and was living on her own and just made it work, and
Sick.
it's just made her into the person she is today. And
I would imagine you growing up in a small town with a football team, you were raised in the church. No?
my mom was, and my grandparents were heavy into it. Um, Catholic, but it no, I mean,
No.
my mom, my mom took me to church on like Easter maybe a few times, and uh, yeah, I went to church here and there, but no, my town was definitely into it, like, but yeah, dude, I was never into it. I was riding on the weekends. I don't know.
Sir.
Sunday was like get clips in the morning and then drive 5 hours home day.
100%. Sundays are like the BMX religion day for me. I remember
Yeah, dude.
the exact moment because I was raised semi-Christian. My parents like didn't go to church that often, but
Mhm.
just whatever it is,
Yeah,
make Christianity your own and just
yeah.
yeah, Jesus. And then I went to Easter at this big like super church that we have out here, CCV, on one of the I forget how old I was, like 15 or 16, about that age.
Uh-huh.
And then I just saw like they're all the whole time they spent just preaching to people who aren't coming, or like, if you don't believe, you're going to hell, and all this like super negative stuff
Yeah,
about like,
that's
this is the
terrible.
club and you got to get into it.
Mm.
And then just all the people with their fancy clothes and the fancy cars. It's like, this is gross. You know, you guys are all just getting together to. I've kind of come full circle on it
Yeah,
though. Like,
yeah.
I went through a fully like militant atheist phase for a couple of years, dude. I'm posting on Facebook like bad shit. I had to go back and kind of
Wearing all
delete,
black
you
and
know,
dyeing your hair black.
and painting my nails. No, but I've come around to the like, I see the positives of it, and I kind of want like,
Oh, for sure.
I'd say I'm agnostic, but I'd like to live a good Christian life, you know, like, and
Yeah.
abide by those morals and stuff. And it's
Yeah,
the
dude, there's
yeah,
so many positives to religion. I mean, dude, like think about all the trips that I forget what they're called, like
yeah,
mission
yeah.
trips they take.
A
Oh,
lot of
there's
good
so many
comes.
positive things about religion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of fucking crazy shit that goes on in religion.
Sure is, dude.
So,
And and it's
you know,
personal to each person. Like, there's people that genuinely believe there's a white guy with a beard in the clouds that's watching
yeah,
everything you do, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
that's what God means to you, and then what God means to me now is just like the universe and the energy and
yep,
everything. God can be anything, and it's
anything and everything.
we all are God, and because we are made of the
Yeah,
universe.
because we all feel the same emotions and we all go through the same stuff. We all
Yeah,
go through the same thoughts and fears, and we just deal with them in different aspects. I mean,
yep, it's
you
crazy.
may have, you may have lost your parent, you know, that, and that's like the worst trauma you've ever gone through in your life, and that's, but you can't compare that to me getting in a car accident, you know, and me
Yeah.
being like, that's my worst trauma. Like, I don't, that's where we relate. That's
Did you get in a car accident?
no, I
Okay,
have no.
just an example.
You still have your parents?
Yeah, I still got my
Sick.
parents. Do you not?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. We out here.
they're nice and divorced.
Nice and divorced. That's like, I was just talking to somebody yesterday about like, it's normal now to have divorced parents. Like 20 years ago, if your parents
Mhm.
got divorced and you were in school and you told your friends, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh." But nowadays, like, almost every kid has divorced parents. It's interesting.
Yeah. 2 Christmases. Yeah,
uh
dude.
what
They got divorced when I was really young.
So
I was
then
like,
you kind of used to it, or were you heartbroken by it?
yeah. Uh,
Probably both.
no, it's more so as like as I got older. It was weird because they got divorced when I was 4, and my mom and I moved up to her hometown, which was Merrill,
Okay.
and uh, yeah, it's been that way ever since. She would drive to meet my dad every 2 weeks. Once in a
The
while, we'd meet up at Starbucks and like 45 minutes away, and then I go another 45 minutes to his house. And
shared custody type thing, like dad was around or no?
yeah, dad was around. So as I got older, it sounds like pops might have not been around initially, like right as I was a baby, and when they initially got divorced, I guess he like wasn't the greatest father then. But you know, as time goes on, he's gotten a lot. I've gotten a lot closer with him and starting to try to understand him more.
This might
Yeah,
be
but
like
it's
too deep, but do you think
no, nothing's too deep.
that affects your motivation, like your drive to like, do you think that stuff,
Do I what? Do I think that stuff? What?
like, do you think that stuff affects your motivation, your desire to be the best, and you know, like, be competitive and stuff? Do you think there's
Oh
something in there, like a
no,
subliminal type thing?
dude. It all any. Dude, my mom. I mean, she essentially raised me. My mom and my grandma did. When it comes down to it, like until I was probably, like 13 or so. Like then my dad thought it was cool to hang out with me, and it's like all my confidence comes from my mom, and
Sick.
that's it. I don't think it has to do with the divorce. I, if anything, the divorce just taught me how to like travel at a young age. I don't know. I
Yeah.
traveled 2 hours to my dad's house to try, and no one from my town was doing that.
Yeah.
It also
Wait.
taught me how to entertain myself too, because going to my dad's, I never had any friends. So it was just, I was missing out on stuff back home meanwhile with my friends because I had to leave on the weekends.
Yeah.
So that's when I found BMX, really. I mean, dude, it was all, yeah. So, I mean, I had the divorce to thank for BMX for sure. Because I was taking my bike with me and that was it. It's like,
Shout out mom and dad for splitting up BMX, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And they and they showed me, you know, like how to just raise a kid. And my mom did it on her own for the most part and worked her fucking ass off. And she was a traveling saleswoman. So that's why I said my grandma too, because she would hand me off to my grandma for a week at times or and then she'd fly off to wherever. And she traveled a lot and still does. And they were always a big part of my life, but they gave me so much independence. And
sick.
That's where BMX came from, dude. I found it through going to my dad's house, and because I would hang out with my friend Austin all week, and he rode dirt bikes, and we rode like little jumps behind his house and shit. And then it was take my bike to my dad's, and that's all I had.
Sick. So you just pedal around?
Yeah, I pedaled around Clarkson, fucking rode manual pads.
Yes,
Clarkson, Michigan.
That's like my same story minus the divorce, but like that first taste of freedom, like when you're young and you can't drive yet, but you get a BMX bike, you're like, I've gone further away from my house than ever before, you know? It's such an adventure. And then turning around, we have a bunch of ditches out here, so I'm finding, you know, local spots that are just awesome. Ditches. Yeah, we do.
You guys have the sickest ditches.
Let's switch up to spots. I want to know, like, you've ridden all over the place. You've been overseas, I imagine, or no?
No,
not overseas yet.
Speaking of that, dude, Hobie called me 2 days ago. Out of the blue, I was sitting right here waiting to set up for this, but then we didn't. And he fucking called me and was like, "Yo, send me your passport info. Send me all your shit. I need you in Glasgow on July 18th through the 28th, which is like next week."
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude, I guess he's in the UK already, and he just got hit up by this David A guy. The Instagram was like Pro Rider Feast or something. I have no idea, but they're doing this I don't know, dude. I can't find the flyer. I know I remember seeing it posted, but I think it was the amateur contest, and
like they did an amateur
one. They did an amateur like video contest in Glasgow. So you have to film a video in the city of Glasgow.
Amazing.
And they did the amateur contest and someone won. And now they're doing that AM team, because it's one rider, one filmer per team. And then there's 5 other teams that are joining. And I guess Nathan Williams and Peter Adam are one team.
Oh.
And Daryl Taco and Anthony Perrin.
Holy shit. Heavy hitters.
And I cannot remember the other 2. Save my life, and then I guess Hobie and I.
Sick. So wait, are you the filmer or the writer?
I'm the filmer.
Okay, cool.
Dude, yeah, I'm going as the filmer. I'm stoked. I can't wait.
That's amazing. I'm so fucking jealous, dude. I want to do that.
I know, dude. I've never left the country, so I'm like,
sick.
Fuck.
Are you straight away on your passport?
Yeah. Once I got on VSD, that was the first thing Reed told me needed to happen.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up. My shit just expired, and I need to re-up. I feel kind of trapped knowing that my passport is expired.
Oh man, I think I spent like $275 or something to get that fucking passport.
Yeah, it's worth it. You're gonna be living. All right, so the original question, even though you haven't gone overseas yet, I'm so excited for that contest. That sounds amazing.
I don't even know where to begin with that. I'm just over the moon. And the fact that my video work is going to be going up against my hero.
Daryl, yeah.
Yeah, and then Peter Adam.
Yeah, and Peter's a legend. Speaking of longevity, dude, Peter Adam and Daryl both have been like in the game for longer than you've been alive. It's so crazy.
Yeah, dude. Daryl is the fucking man, myth, the legend in my eyes.
For real. So
I love that.
Me too. He's a gem of a human being. It's
and
really
I never
cool.
knew until your podcast that he was like hired as a King Pro rider and a filmer.
Yeah.
Like initially.
That's so crazy.
That's really cool story. Never knew he filmed squash it. And
The
yeah,
double whammy. Yeah, he's been doing
the
it.
OG.
The triple OG. Um, okay, so okay, let's get back to the spot question. You've been all over the United
Yeah.
States. What's your most memorable spot? What do you think is the coolest spot individually? And then also if you could go anywhere and film a section only in that city, where would you go?
Only in that city. Dude, coolest spot I've ever ridden, just spot alone, was, and I don't even know the town. It was in Texas, and it's this museum. It's a science museum in Texas.
Okay.
And the entire building is transition. There's hips, there's channel gaps, there's everything you could possibly imagine. These quarter pipes.
Is it
My
brick?
girlfriend and I stopped at. It's white brick.
Have I seen footage of it, like from Chase Hawk in Burn Slow
Dude,
type videos?
I don't think so. It's fucking crazy. Like, I don't think so. The only clip I've seen there that I know of is Alex DeLeba aired over the channel, and I just saw that in like maybe his street vacation part or something or another. And I did the same thing while I was there. And
Nice.
I think I put the clip in Roadhog because I didn't know that Alex had done it. It didn't look like there were any tire marks there. I'd
Yeah.
never seen it before. Spotman dude posted it.
Ah, yeah, the classic old spot man, dude. He's a fucking legend
Yeah,
himself,
also,
dude.
I've never
He's a
met him. I don't even know his real
controversial
name.
figure. Like some people are
Yeah,
really like stingy with their spots. Don't share the spots. What's your take on that?
yeah. I do not care for the most part.
Same. I also
My, I'm not like a
ABDs.
trick guy, dude. I don't know. It's like I honestly don't even fuck with ABDs. Like the, I was just having a conversation with this with Maddie recently, and feel like maybe I used to because that was like I was coming up in BMX and I was kind of just like taking notes and everything, and that's what it seemed like. You needed to care about ABDs, and you need,
Hmm.
that's a respect thing, and because the Michigan video inspired us. That's what how we started filming.
Sick.
And so then ABDs were a big thing. So it was like, okay, Michigan's only so big, which it gets a lot bigger once you start searching it. But we wanted to make sure that we didn't do the same things they were doing. And
Yeah, like Ballin
uh,
and Rogowski and
yeah,
uh
but I think back on it, if I was 15 and I pulled up to a 16 stair hubba that Nick Bolin feeble grinded, and if I was 15 and like I wanted to do it,
yeah.
then why not do that? Like, why limit myself? I mean, there's only fucking so many 15 stair hubbas around my area, especially when I'm 15 that I could get to. Like,
Yep.
why would I ever limit myself? And why not film it? Because I could eat shit.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? Someone is going to see my people and have never seen the Michigan video, or vice versa.
Yep.
Someone's going to see the Michigan video and never see mine, which is probably more likely. But like, I don't get it. Dude, kids out there, like, fucking just go ride. Like,
Yeah, for
seriously.
real. Yeah. It's up to it's like
I have,
go ahead. You have to
dude,
what?
I mean, you can put it on Instagram. Like, if you were like that concerned about it, like, fucking do it for Instagram still, or whatever. Like, just fucking do it. Film
Yeah.
it, put it in a video. Someone's gonna see it that's never seen it before. So, like, almost narcissistic in a way to think that your fucking clip is going to be seen by every rider in the world. So,
Yep.
I
And you
don't know.
can't be
Maybe
in
I'm
charge
probably going to
of
piss.
No,
I'm
there's
probably going to
definitely
piss
some
off
people
people
with
off of that
strong
one,
opinions
but
about this one, but I'm with you. Like unless it's like a dear friend of mine and it's a very like if you're using a spot in a creative way and then you just go and
yeah,
like do that same exact thing, it's like, well, okay, but it's
yeah.
not up to like it's just people getting their feelings hurt. And then if you
I
do
think
it and
the
you
only
already
person,
know, you should shout them out. That's like the rule. This
yeah, for
homage,
sure,
you know?
for sure. But still do it and
Yeah,
enjoy doing it and have fun doing it. And like, that's,
exactly.
that's what matters. Dude, ABDs.
ABDs and
I don't know.
NBDs, dude. Speak.
Whatever.
How did
I,
it feel to
it,
do an X up pedal feeble down the Staples Center? Or was it just to
It,
X up feeble?
it's an exit people, but I put my fucking pedal down most of the time when
So
I do them.
it's a hybrid.
I probably should just take that back peg off and just start doing back pedal ones. That'd be cool.
What was have
But
I've been there and it's pretty huge. What was that day like?
that day was a culmination of like 5 years of me believing that I could do that without having ever been to or seen that spot.
Sick.
Dude, straight up. Like I've seen it in so many videos, and I learned X-Up Feebles a long time ago, and I always want to just keep getting them bigger and bigger. And
Yep.
I remember seeing it for them to like work on big stuff, they generally have to be a little bit steeper because it's kind of a hard thing to hold. At least for me, I don't know. It's like you can do them on long mellow stuff. Don't get me wrong, but they're a lot easier to me on steeper stuff because it's just like a fucking in grind and you're fucking sliding out.
Yeah.
And to me, the Staples Center just looked like I hadn't seen any other hubbas anywhere else in the world. That there might be one in like Windsor or something that is close, but
Where's Windsor?
that one at Canada.
Okay.
Maybe it's Vancouver or Montreal.
Oh.
That's the one I'm thinking of. There's a big hubba in Montreal. But yeah, I remember just thinking for so long, like that's gonna be the one. Like that fucking hubba is gonna be the one that I retire the X-Up people grind on.
Sick.
Never have to twist my arms up again. And then I ended up driving out to film with Kramus. I just drove out there with my girlfriend in our car, like halfway through college, just one summer, and spent like probably 2 weeks out there filming with Chase Krolicky and Kramus, and I filmed like probably 2 minutes of stuff, and then before I knew it, 2 years went by, and we were still sitting on that footage, and got the van rigged up, drove out to Texas, and then filmed whoops, and then drove out to California and finished that video up. And it was like, I thought that I was going to go to Staples Center the first time I was out there, but it ended up being 2 years went by and we finally got there. I don't know, man. We were riding flat ledges, this flat ledge spot, like mani pads and cool stuff with Barack Grapeford and Jacob Cable. And then Scott was out and my girlfriend was out and Kramus. And I was like, we're close. Like, do you think we could go there? Like, I told them before having ever seen that spot that I was going to do it. I was like, I've studied every angle of this thing from every video. I looked at Colby Raha's shit, dirt bike. I looked at fucking Dennis doing Smith nose down it or Smith feeble. I looked at David Grant. Dude, I watched a David Grant video up 10,000 times at one point in my life where he ends with like the feeble hard down it.
That's so crazy.
And I knew in my mind that I could fucking do it. I knew I could do it. And we went there and I walked up the stairs. I didn't even look at it. And I circled around and feebled it and landed in like one of those back peg heavy feebles.
Yeah.
Like, oh. And oh my fucking God, dude, that thing is quick. That thing is so quick. The Dennis Smith feeble, in my opinion, is absurd.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, it probably to a lot of people, it probably makes sense. And they're probably like, the X-Up feeble is fucking absurd. But I don't know, dude, that Smith feeble is insane.
Yep.
It's so quick. And so the X-Up feeble, I feebled it probably 10, 15 times. Scott gave me the go ahead for the photo and fucking let her rip, tater chip. Hope for the best.
A hell of a clip to end Roadhog, right?
I fucking like over-X'd. It's so crazy. I've never seen the photo. But I would think that I'm like over-X'd. Yeah, I've never seen the photo. Scott
if you're watching, hey man, give us the photo, dude. It's gonna be on in a magazine or some shit.
Who knows? Yeah, that would be awesome.
I lost my train of thought. I love
Scott. He's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's like a
Scott and Kramus both, dude. It was really fun working with those guys. I mean, it was like as a kid, like that is what I dreamed of for the most part. You know, just getting out there and doing it. Yeah,
that's the life.
And they're just riders too, you know. So
yep. Once you
It was really
you get to a certain point and you meet your heroes in BMX, and then you realize, oh, we're all just like people doing the same
yeah,
shit that
we're all
sharing
the
like
same. I love that BMX teaches you that. That's probably one of like the best things that it teaches you about
for
life and
real.
people. We're all the same.
That's applied in my life over the past couple of years so hard because I'm in this world where there's like gurus and real estate people who are like more famous and popular than the other ones, and I just treat them all as like, people, and that's just how you do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it works. Uh,
Yeah, you're in the fucking real estate game, huh?
we out here in the real estate game, wholesaling real estate and just creating content to teach people how to do it. It's a really dope way to make money. Um,
Dude, you got anyone in Milwaukee that wants content? Real estate
there's
content?
totally 100%. So like,
I wouldn't even know where to start
yeah. So
to look for.
there's these things called local real estate REAs, real estate associations, and they host meetups.
Okay.
And so if I were you, the first step I would just go find like on meetup.com. There's always real estate investor meetups is what you want to look for, and then you just show up and then introduce yourself to like 10 people and then say what you do. You present them like, hey, so you're doing well in real estate, but the way you can do better is by getting organic marketing. So you want to grow your social presence. I can help you
Right.
do that. And then you charge X amount for, a session to do
Right.
reels and just help them grow
Yeah.
their social media. And the main thing is just like providing value to people who have money to pay for your worth, and then
Right. Oh yeah.
eventually your worth becomes more and more and more, and it's fucking awesome. I
Yeah.
love that life. I want to talk
That's
about your
awesome.
sponsorship history. So I saw like Sunday and then now
Mhm.
BSD. Are they coinciding, or left Sunday to be on BSD? What was your first sponsor? How did you get it? Talk about sponsorship for the kids.
All right, sponsorships. When I was a kid, I grew up in a BMX world that it seemed really fucking cool to have a sponsor.
Yeah.
And it probably still is that way.
Yeah.
But we started 99 Crew, and I remember like bike shop psychotherapy. My friend Kyle Dalton, he kind of started hooking me up there. And that was like my first thing. I was like, oh, that was like kind of like my first little recognition of, wow, someone fucks with my riding. Wow. And
Yeah.
whatever. And got like, he chewed my wheels for me, and he's just a homie. And it was cool. And then years went by, and
Hold that thought, Trent. Hold that thought.
Yeah, go for it.
My dog was taking a shit in my hallway real quick. Put him outside. So psychotherapy is your first sponsor.
Psychotherapy was my first little hookup, and then started ride for a bike shop when I moved to Lansing, Michigan. And he gave me a Rob Wise frame, like a old Rob Wise frame that he got for probably like $50 or something, but it was brand new and it was a blank.
Cool.
And he made like all these the bike shop stickers for it, and it was rad. That was my first free frame anyone ever given me. And then I tried to hop this fence in Baltimore or some shit, and the clip is fucked, dude. I should have died had that frame not broken. Like, it was like a double fence, like a rail and then a fence, like a picket fence over the rail. So I was focused on the fence, clipped the back rail, and just got sent, dude. Like, it was like 10 feet up. Yeah. The whole frame bent in half. The top tube completely snapped, and the bottom tube bent. It was fucked.
Damn.
Yeah.
So explain. So there's kids out here, younger kids. I don't know if they're listening, but like, what is it like to get sponsored by a bike shop?
Oh, a bike shop, dude. So getting sponsored by a bike shop literally just takes you going to the bike shop all the time and being a fucking homie and just being a bike shop kid, and like, that's what it is. Yep. I mean, just you gain a connection. I mean, that's what anything is in life with sponsorships and stuff. It's like most of the time you got to shake hands and you got to hang out and you got to be fucking whatever. Like, you gotta just hang.
Yeah.
So go to the bike shop, support your bike shop, support it. Like, even if you're sponsored by it, fucking buy things from it and take people there to buy things from it. And that's what it was. The bike shop was where I like to hang out. I mean, psychotherapy was sick. I would just go and like kick it there for an hour every once in a while when I was down at my dad's house. And because that's where psychotherapy was by my dad's house. So,
Yeah.
so
I remember at my local they had a couch and then a TV for BMX videos, and you could just kick it and watch videos all day.
That's where I got my first magazine. Like, that's where I got my first, just off the counter, you know. And I hope that never goes away. I hope that bike shops and kids out there will always have a place to go and just kick it and be with people that they understand.
For real.
Because when I moved to Lansing, it was a college town. I started college at big university, Michigan State, and it was fucking hard for me, like, to transition from 20 kids in a class to 420.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. So I would go and hang out at the bike shop. I don't know. Those are the only people I knew.
Make homies there. So
yeah.
When was this? Did you graduate? Let's stay on sponsors. What happens after your local bike shop?
I got on Daily Grind, dude. So like a year into college, I ended up Grant Uberoth, Gremlin, the owner of Daily Grind. He moved up to Michigan and he met Grant and I. He put Grant on. Grant was riding for like 6 months for him or something. And then they brought me on a trip and asked me to be on also. And then Daily Grind, dude, was like, that was it for me. Once I got on Daily Grind, I was traveling more. I was like getting invited down to go. I was doing it all on my own dime, which is a sick thing about Daily Grind is everyone on that team is doing it for the love, but they're getting some free parts. Like Daily Grind made like bars and stems and pegs. And so Gremlin hooked it up for sure with the parts. But then outside of that, all Daily Grind was like 10 dudes, working class, whatever fucking dudes.
Yeah.
Going out on weekends and meeting up in like Ohio and Baltimore, because Dan Conway was from Philly. So we go out east and he'd come out here. We go to Atlanta. We went everywhere. And with a squad, like I went in a 15 passenger van with like 12 dudes and all of the fucking bikes on the roof. And when I was like 17 or 18, I got to do that. And it was just unreal. Hanging with like Dan Conway's still my favorite rider to this day.
Yes, he's the best hang. He's the best dude to be around. It's amazing.
He's the best human, dude.
He came out to Arizona and made me eat. Yeah, exactly. He's super like, you got that shit. Yeah, man, you got it. I remember he was staying at my house for one night, and then he ordered like basically 3 stuffed crust extra large pizzas, and we sat there and just gorged out on pizzas with Dan Conway, dude. What a legend.
Man, don't give a fuck, dude.
No fucks. And he goes big. He's got that same shit that you have, where it's like, damn. And then being around a crew of hogs like that, where you're all just like, fucking send it, you know, like that's crazy.
I never had that until I met Dan.
No shit.
I never had. I definitely had like a send it attitude, but I remember like always having injury in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had a lot to do with football and a lot of people counting on me on that side of things. I didn't want to get hurt, even though I know I'd be more bummed if I got hurt playing football and couldn't ride my bike.
Yeah.
But it was when I can't ride my bike, I let myself down. When I can't play football, I let like a whole fucking community down.
Yeah, the whole town is looking at you because you're the quarterback. Dude. That's wild, man.
Crazy.
Did you partake in any? So we'll get back to sponsors. We'll move on from Daily Grind. But
Daily Grind.
Did you partake in any like classic jock quarterback activities while you were in that small town? Like, you know, I don't know, parties.
Give me an example. Parties? No.
Yeah.
No. I was biking. I was getting done with fucking football practice and going to the skate park.
Sick. Yes.
I was throwing fucking 45-yard dimes and then going and doing a crank arm bar.
Yes, dude, that's fucking awesome. And
I don't know. I never took it that seriously. And then game time would come around and I would feel those butterflies and stuff. And, you know, I get out there and I'm competitive. So I yeah, I took that part seriously, but I always knew that I wanted to bike once I was done with football. Like I always knew I wanted to just focus on bike. I can't wait till football's done. I love it right now. Like, yeah, it's fun, but I can't wait till I don't have to do this anymore and I can just bike.
Yeah, dope. I love it. I'm just picturing, you know what I mean? Like in the movies, the small town football quarterback is a fucking douchebag and he's got, you know, I don't know, sorority shit going on. I can't even picture.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I definitely dealt with like split personality. I was always myself. I was always myself, and that's what helped. But I do remember struggling for a long time for a few years there, just like, man, who are you? You're not a, like Trent Lutzke, like you're not a fucking professional BMX rider. Like that name is never gonna do anything. You know, it's like you play football, like nobody has that background in BMX. Like why the fuck would anyone? It just made me who I am. I don't know. And now I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so fucking much.
Yeah. Being able to be in that, you know, I call it jock world lovingly, jock world. And then coming out to the like hipster fucking BMX grimy life. You know,
it was funny too, because my grandparents, especially, they thought football was the best thing for me, you know, and all my friends, quote unquote friends, you know, I'm not even friends with 90% of them now. I'm friends with all my BMX homies from then.
For real. Yep.
You know, my grandparents, especially though, they like always thought going to the skate park was bad.
Yeah.
And going and hanging out with those guys was good. And it's like, dude, it's vice versa, man. My friend Alex is he was an accountant and like went to church every Sunday and
he's at the skate park.
And he's at the skate park filming us. And
yeah.
And I mean, he was just like a dad always, and he was only a few years older than us, but you know, and Grant's just like the nicest, most happiest fucking person you could ever be around.
For real, he's literally smiling while he's doing
all the time.
Tire ride to 540.
All the time.
Midair smiling.
He has so much confidence in his abilities too. It's so cool to watch.
That is very cool.
He knows he doesn't fall too hard too often. He's got a lot of confidence in what he's doing.
That's fire.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I remember I got homecoming king.
Hell yeah, Trent, homecoming king.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Back to the sponsors.
I got homecoming king. No, but yeah, dude, I got homecoming king, and I was like, there's like a fucking newspaper article and everything. But
hell yes.
I went to a party after that and like drank beer out of the Crown, and that was probably my only party all of high school.
That's amazing. That's the only party.
I remember everyone being there was like, yeah. I mean, I remember everyone was just like, you got to come to the party tonight. Like, no, I mean, you got to drink out of the Crown. And I don't know. I had like I don't know. I always felt a little bit older.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
from
felt wiser.
BMX?
From BMX, yeah. And just from traveling or going out to see my dad and just hanging out with an older crowd of friends that I finally met down there. And like my older friends at the skate park. And I was an only child, so my dad we would go on fishing trips or hunting trips, like maybe once a summer, once I got a little bit older. And I would, you know, like 11 or something. And I was around all of his friends. He still has all of his friends from high school. Like all of them,
yeah, a small town life.
5 or 6 of them. They all graduated from Hemlock High School, like a town over from where my mom went to high school. But yeah, dude, I hung out around them. I was like the little kid hanging around fucking 35, 40-year-old dudes. Like, fishing and hunting and drinking beer. And
that teaches you a lot. because then you're just like you get perspective on,
Yeah.
like then you
I-
go from hanging out with the older people and doing cool or doing hunting whatever,
Yeah.
and then you go and
Yep.
you're at a high school party and you're like,
Yep.
eh,
And
you know?
my dad doesn't have a lot of like kid in him, kid energy.
Yeah.
He's like, he's an engineer all his life, the same job. He's like comfortability and stability and lessons learned and learn from your mistakes and give it 110%,
Yeah.
you're gonna do something, do it right. And like, just that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, my uncle John had a lot of the kid energy. So like whenever he would come on trips, that was always fun. And he'd
Do you
take me
like
on the jet
hunting?
ski. I I don't enjoy it as much now as like when I was a kid. I hated it. Like I couldn't stand the thought of like going and sitting with my dad in a fucking hunting blind when I was really
Yeah.
little. And then I started to get a little older, and I kind of wanted to, you know, make my dad happy, I guess you could say. And I was like, yeah, like I'm into hunting and fishing. Like it was the only thing we could talk about. It seemed like.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it's cool, and loved it. And now I really love fishing. I still love fishing to this day, but hunting, it's it's not so much me. I hunted quite a bit last year. I just went out and walked more so. Just kind of just
That's
got
dope.
out of the house.
So I would
Yeah,
imagine you've gotten a kill before.
I've gotten a lot of kills.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
kind?
shot my first deer
I
when I
don't
was
I don't know
four
much
and
about
three
it. So like,
quarters.
is that the term when you say you got to kill? What do you say? Like
Uh,
what yeah, what's the
you put
question
meat
I'm
in the
supposed to be
freezer.
asking? Yeah. Did you put some meat in the freezer?
I've been putting meat in the freezer since I was four and three quarters. My dad has this little home video of me, and it was like, you just shot your first deer. Like, how old are you? Like four and three quarters.
Oh shit,
Which
that's epic, dude.
which is extremely accurate too, because I was born January 1st and hunting season is November, so that's
Yeah.
like three quarters of the
I'm
way through
four
the
and
year.
three quarters.
Four and three quarters.
So then you've
Fucking
eaten your fair share of game meat. What's the best tasting game?
uh, squirrel. No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
Squirrel isn't
I was
too
like,
bad
that's
though.
news to me.
You'd be surprised.
Huh.
Dude, elk. Elk is amazing.
Yes, I want to try
I
that.
I shot an I shot an elk when I was like 14. I got extremely lucky, and the first raffle that my dad entered my name in to get an elk license, I got chosen. I guess they do that sometimes. Like, so you have to apply every year, and like every 9 years or something, you'll get it. You know,
Yeah.
or your first time if you're a little kid or something. I guess they'll do that too, and they'll give it to you supposedly, but they make you think it's a lottery. I don't know. Whatever. I got it when I was like 14, and my dad and I went and scouted and shot an elk, like a big ass 6x7 bull elk,
That's amazing.
and
So then,
it was crazy.
how would
It
you
was
get
just I
in
grew up
trouble?
doing it.
Couldn't you
So,
just go shoot an elk? But then when would you get caught doing that? Like if you didn't have that license, you know?
the second you shoot that animal and wound it in any way, you are like committing like a big crime without a license. I mean, they could take your truck, your gun, like they'll take everything. They'll throw you in jail. The DNR is it's called the DNR up here. I don't know what it is other places, but they have just as much jurisdiction as police and then some. They can like go on your property without search warrants and shit.
No shit.
And oh yeah, dude, it's fucking the DNR is insane. And we've been stopped before. We've been fishing in a river when I was really little that you were supposed to have barbless hooks in, and we had no idea. And we were using hooks with barbs. And sure enough, like DNR came out of the woods. She had been watching us with binoculars from up
Wow.
in the hill. Like, yeah, dude, like crazy.
So they're out there watching you, dude. That's
They're
wild.
out there, man. And like we've hiked, miles back into the woods to find a spot, and then hiked back out at night and gone back later the next day, and there's footprints like following us in and stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Huh.
dude, like
Yeah.
the
Nature
DNR
cops,
is,
dude. What does DNR
yeah,
stand for?
Department of Natural Resources.
Ah,
It
okay,
also
yeah,
stands for Do Not Resuscitate.
yeah. Different context, but do not resuscitate this elk. Dude, I just killed it.
My dad he's got this camo hat hanging in our pole barn. It says like "fuck the DNR" or something on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Daily
yeah.
grind. And then what? What happened was Sunday your first proper bike sponsor?
Sunday. Yeah. I mean, if you want to call it proper, yeah. Sunday, like the one that everyone knew and heard of.
Okay,
Probably
well, what
not a
happened
lot of people
before
heard
that?
of. Daily Grind and Dead Bread.
Okay,
Nick.
but Deadbread's not making frames, is he?
No. But those were like my first two. Like, oh fuck yeah, I'm repping the shit out of these guys. I got
Yeah.
free clothes from Nick, and then parts from Daily Grind, and it was like those two stickers on my frame. You know, just the thing I imagined when I was a kid.
Yep.
Type of stuff. Like, oh,
Exactly.
I rep these dudes. And then Sunday came about through Nick Sebasti, kind of just like putting in a good word with Jake Seeley, and then Jake had met me, and I think he might have talked with Walter, and Walter ended up putting me on.
Sick.
And it was sick, dude. Fucking Noah and I were at Gabasso Indoor in Green Bay, which is closed now. R.I.P. Fucking Gabasso. I love that place. It was the only place you could ride in the winter up there, and it was still a 3.5-hour drive. It was crazy. But we were there, of all places, and got a random ass call on my phone. It was Walter Behringer. Like, yo, you want to ride for Sunday? And it's the coolest thing. And I'm like, I go back into the skate park. I'm like, no, like, I'm never going to believe what just happened.
Guys, I just got
sure
sponsored.
enough, his fucking phone rings, and he's like, hold on, I gotta take this. And he fucking walks out and it's Walter. He comes back in, and Walter offered him to be on Odyssey.
Sick.
So they wanted us as like a double duo, like Sunday and Odyssey, and get us at the same time. Yeah, but Noah had gotten hooked up by BSD about probably like a few months before that.
So then he didn't do Odyssey?
He couldn't do Odyssey because BSD's BSD.
Is BSD, they make frames and shit. But I know that there's some people who have like a frame sponsor and then also BSD. You know what I mean? Is that a thing? Am I tripping?
No, I mean, I don't think any of the professional like the pro riders do, for sure.
It's interesting how it all works. Because there's like some companies that only do like, you know, frames and complete bikes. And then other companies only do parts. And they're all kind of like under umbrellas, like for Sparkies, you know, Sabrosa, Shadow, Rant, and then like BSD. I'm not sure the format of like who's all involved there. Does it have anything to do with We the People? Probably not. I don't. BSD is like its own independent.
I think it's like Backstreet Distribution or something like that.
It's fucking interesting.
It's all in Glasgow. BSD is in Glasgow. I'm gonna check it out soon. I don't know. Hopefully, like next week.
I'm excited for you, man. That's sick.
But yeah, it's all under the same roof. So I had to quit when I got on BSD. I had to quit Sunday and Daily Grind.
Damn.
Daily Grind was my first sponsor, so that was like a heavy one, and I still haven't even really posted about it because it's just like, I don't know, it's just something I kind of kept personal with those dudes. It's like,
yeah, you don't need to like announce, hey, I'm leaving Daily Grind.
I know. It felt like I needed to with Sunday just to make things make sense, but with Daily Grind, like it sucks that like I'm always gonna support Daily Grind, always to the fucking like I'll go on trips with them on weekends and film them, and like I always love Gremlin to the fucking day I die. But that's just the way. I can't be tagging them anymore and like riding their parts. Got to ride all BSD, which is sick. It's awesome, and they're proud of me. All the Daily Grind boys are proud, and they're proud of Grant too. But that's all I'm gonna say on that subject.
Okay.
For now.
So like for people who, I don't know, haven't tasted the world of being a sponsored rider, what are your responsibilities? I remember there was a contract. I got sponsored by GT when I was 18, and I had to sign a contract saying that I would use their stickers, rep a sticker on the bike, and the contract said, you know, like, I forget if Instagram was barely a thing at that point, so there probably wasn't that much, but logo, you'll produce one riding video per X amount of time. I forget it all. I'm probably still legally on GT. Well, what does it look like for BSD? I mean, you don't have to give away like what's in the contract, but what does that look like?
I don't have one. I
Yeah,
don't have
so
a
it's just
contract. I've
unofficial.
never seen a contract in my life.
Yeah,
I've ridden for 3 big bike companies now. I rode for We the People for like a month, and then Sunday, and now BSD, and I'd never seen a contract before. I
I feel like
know
maybe once it gets
Chase.
bigger and corporate, that's when they start doing the
I don't
contracts
know. I
more.
mean, Sunday bumped me up to AM after the Roadhog came out, and even then, I
So
never
what does that
saw a
mean?
contract.
Go from
Uh,
flow to am. What does that mean?
yeah, I don't know what that means. I got on a different section of the website. That was it. Nothing changed. When I
Literally
got
no
on
change.
Sunday, nothing changed, dude. Nothing
Yeah,
changed. Like
yeah,
I literally nothing changed. I got on Sunday and I was tagging them on Instagram shit. That was all that changed. And
yeah,
I mean, the color of my bike got a little poppier too.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm so thankful for Sunday and those Walter taking a chance on me and Kramus taking the time to film it. I mean, him and I have a good relationship, and Scott is awesome. And I met all Brett and Jared and Julian through that, going
Yep.
down to Austin, and they came up to the UP and filmed No Service, and like there was just a no communication and like no really goals. It seemed like over there was just no talk, at least to me.
Yeah,
And I don't know, I just wanted to be in on shit.
exactly.
I
It's
felt I deserved it, and
so like
I don't know.
unofficial and weird, and it feels like you're missing out on something. I was friends with Rich Hirsch, and he asked me
Mm-hmm.
and Ballman to leave GT and ride for Stranger, and it's the same
Mm-hmm.
kind of story. It's like it's so sick. Okay, I got a box of
Mm-hmm.
free stuff, but then literally like nothing. It is what you make it, basically.
Yeah,
That's
and you have to, and you're very thankful for that, and someone like taking a chance on you. But you also like, it just gets to the point where you start to feel like a fucking walking billboard,
yeah, yeah,
and that's it. And like, they sent you your shit, and now you're just do your shit. And for me, like, what I always imagined when I was a kid was just communication. Like, I imagined a group chat, of the whole team, and just talking shit and talking about ideas. And that's what Daily Grind was.
yeah,
Daily Grind was sick, but I was 15, and now it was time to get a little bit more serious. Like, Sunday's going to be different than Daily Grind, but
right,
it wasn't. It was,
yeah,
if anything, it was like kind of less. I mean,
yeah,
I was on flow, so there's that. I mean, I was only on flow, so that's what that means. But while I was on flow, I drove out to California. I drove out to Austin. I drove back out to California. I threw a few jams, and like, I was just sitting in Michigan, and it just didn't. It was just it was all during COVID too. I know that had a lot to do with it, like, because Sunday's kind of a little more corporate, and things became a lot harder to do. Like, we couldn't ride around in the van together out in California, and trips just weren't a thing. And they got rid of Walter, and there was no team manager, which I heard Kramus might be stepping up to that now.
sick.
But yeah, and I mean, all those dudes live in Austin. Julian and Jared moved to Austin so they could get in a new area and be around more riders and be around the filmer. And then
Yep.
they got rid of Walter, so I know like that was a harsh transition for them too. And there was just a lot of things that happened in 2 years that were just a jump. It felt like a big jumbled mess, and
For
I'm
real.
so thankful for fucking meeting those dudes. And
They're the best.
that's that. It's and now, I mean, Reed came to me at Swamp Fest, 2 Swamp Fests ago. Denim and I did that trip with Grant and Mark, and we did that second in between episode. And while I was at that Swamp Fest, I got asked to be on VSD,
Sick.
and immediately it was just talking about trips and
Yeah.
the things I had always dreamed of. Like,
That's basically
I
what it's
don't
all
know.
about.
That's
You get on a
that's
team and
all. It's
then you
all.
want
It's
to
all ever
live the
been
dream
about.
life. Yeah. Go
It's just
travel and be with the
traveling.
boys.
Yeah, like, that's what I fucking wanted to do. I wanted to travel more. I want to travel more still. And
Was
Sunday just wasn't offering that at the time, unfortunately, and it had to go the way it went. now
So
BSD, dude, it really feels like home.
over the past couple of years, it feels like you've been on the road a lot. Are you always bringing your girl with you, or
As
is that a
as
difficult thing
often
in the
as I can,
relationship when you're gone
as
for
often
a
as I can,
week?
I bring her.
Yeah.
I love having her around. Yeah,
Does it put
I don't
strain
know.
when you're gone and she's here for it though? She's like,
She's here for she's working on her own stuff, her own passions now, which has been really helping her.
sick.
Because I know initially it it was probably hard. I mean, it was definitely hard for her. Like when we moved to Milwaukee 6 months ago, it was really hard because I we moved to Milwaukee and she has no friends here when we first moved, you know, or doesn't know anyone, doesn't know how to get around the city. She never moved out of her hometown before, so it was a huge transition. And at the same time, all this stuff's happening in my life. Like BMX has just been pedal to the metal this year and filming it.
Yeah.
It's been fucking crazy. Like we did this BSD trip, ends trip, and now Glasgow, and like it's been what I always dreamed of, but it just happened like in a fucking snap of an eye
Yeah, it's so
or
sick.
snap of the fingers, dude. It blink of an eye. It's insane, and I owe a lot of it to her. Honestly, just pushing me and constantly just telling me to shut the fuck up when I need to be told to shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
when
And
you
like,
start self-doubting and shit.
yeah, exactly.
When you're like,
Like
this is
just
whack.
telling
I
my
don't want to
brain to shut the fuck
record in the kitchen. She's like, you can do it, babe. You should do it, babe. You're dope. That's
up. I'm
fire.
so not confident about it. I can't even do it around her. I have to like if she's home, I'll fucking go in the bathroom
Yeah.
and put a towel on the door, and that's how I do my voice recordings for the in
Yeah.
between. So
Same here
next
with
time
this
it,
shit, dude. Like when I was with my girlfriend, I would like wait for her to leave or like close the door, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna podcast. I'm gonna do a little do a little podcast. What's your girlfriend's passion that you said she's getting into?
she's huge into cook. She's always been big into cooking. She grew up in a huge family and loved to like cook for them and stuff. But she recently got a job working for this country club, which she doesn't necessarily love working for a country club. But the pastry chef stepped down after like a month of her being there. And Maddie was just kicking ass because her work ethic's awesome. And they put her in as the pastry chef, and so
Oh,
she's been like passionate now about creating pastry, like baking and just progressing in cooking in general, because someday she really wants to start some type of nonprofit and give back. And like, that's where her mind's at. It's just like,
hell yeah.
I want to be rich someday so I can give back. Like that's her fucking thing now. That's what's been motivating her. And um, also rollerblading, like quad skating. And
Sick.
yeah, dude, she got into quad skating. I mean, I may have like motivated her a little bit in it, but honestly, when I look, it feels like she just kind of picked it up all on her own, and
So, are you out there
because
putting
she
some
kills it.
inline skates on with her, dude?
I
Looking.
wish I had a size 12 inline skate. I would do that for sure. I would love to eat shit.
Shit, dude. That's yeah.
She's,
I would be wearing those like wrist guards, you know, with the
yeah.
speed helmet, elbow
Oh yeah.
pads, wrist guard.
Dude, she's on her ass all the time,
Yeah,
all the time.
you eat
But
so much
she
shit.
is just she loves it. I mean, she's always been able to just fall down and get back up, and now her learning tricks and like getting stoked on them is the sickest thing
Yeah,
ever. I mean,
because she's like, oh, I get it. Now I see
yeah.
what you do.
And now she has friends that skate too, and dude, it's cool.
Perfect.
She's setting up a life for herself and doing the same, and we're just kind of supporting each other along the way.
I'm happy for you. That's amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, love that chick.
I was injuries. So have you had anything serious in your BMX career?
The most serious was dislocating my foot. I like completely cocked it. It looked like this, and my
Ooh.
leg was straight. Yeah, it was just fucking stuck there. Like the bone was nearly popping out of the skin, and that was the worst. And that was like probably 4 years ago or so, not that long
What were
ago.
you doing?
An over crank 180 down this like 8-stair rail with a curb at the end, and the curb was probably like 2 feet out past the rail, so you had to kind of like pop out of the crank in order to clear the curb to do the 180. And kept doing it and blowing off in the dirt and like just sliding out, and everything crashed every which way. And then finally I just got into an overcrank, and I just took my right foot off, like just to like step out of it all casually, and stepped right on that fucking curb, and it just
Oof.
rolled it inward and stayed there.
Yikes,
Yeah.
dude. It's always fucked how that works. Like, it's just something that you've done
Chill.
1,000 times. Yeah, something chill. I mean, as chill as an overcrank down an 8 stair to 180 can be, but still.
It felt chill at the time. It felt like a skate park rail.
I'm trying to remember. Yesterday, I watched this interview with what's his name? We just talked about him earlier. He was in the Michigan video, and he interviewed you on the steps. No,
interviewed me on the steps. Chase Coach. You
yeah,
watched the
Chase.
interview on the steps?
Yeah. Dude.
Oh my god, dude. That fucking interview, I can't even get myself to watch that.
I typed in Trent Lutzke interview, and you don't have that many interviews. So I was like, okay, let's see what's.
I think that's probably the only one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he was asking you how are you so good at crank arm grinds? What are your plans for the future? It's very, very cute, dude. But that's the type of shit where it's like you can't worry about what people are thinking. Shit like that is dope. You just do the cringy thing, you know.
That is as cringe as it gets.
Yeah,
I guess I can't get any cringier than that, I guess.
No.
But it didn't help that we were baked, and my friend Chase was sitting there next to me. We were in like downtown Chicago, and Daily Grind had been asking me to do that forever. And I didn't smoke that much weed at that time, and I was baked, and I was like, this could be a funny time to do it, and so that's what we did.
Cute.
Didn't think it'd ever actually see the light of day, and then I ended up actually filming clips. I was kind of stoked on for it, and
that's
okay,
dope.
Cool.
So filming, I want to know, like, you're a writer first, and then obviously comes you want to be on camera. Like, how did you end up becoming a filmer to the point where now you're getting invited to go compete in Glasgow? Like, what is your filming experience? What'd you start on? How'd you get into it? What do you like about it, etc.?
Alex McTaggart from 99 Crew, he started bringing the camera out and just handing it to us when he wanted to get a clip, and just learning there. That was DSLR, and I didn't know that those cameras are kind of whack. Then I don't know, they kind of are. Like, just the look of that, like when I look back on the 99 Crew stuff, I wish it was filmed on a VX even, like, just because it would have made it, because we weren't the best riders, that it would have just kind of gave it a cooler aesthetic, I guess.
For beginners, I agree. I think
the 60D just really amplifies shitty filming, and when you're learning how to film, it's like
it's not very forgiving.
Yeah. So after that, because that was just like fisheye and a stable shot. Yeah, that's usually what we were doing, and learned a little bit from that, just kind of sitting next to him while he would edit and random shit like that. And then I moved away. I graduated from high school and moved away, and I was like, okay, it's time to like get my own camera, I guess. And so I ended up buying the VX 1000 off of Sauce, and that was before I knew Sauce had ever met him, and I thought he was like awesome.
Yeah, Sauce
put him on a pedestal.
An amazing fucking guy.
Yeah, it's because of like the Common Crew and shit. We definitely looked up to those boys, and I got his camera, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is
so sick."
Filmed like maybe one tape on it, and there's a Deadbred video. It's probably the first Deadbred video ever, and all the footage is in there. And I'm pretty sure my part is 90% iPhone angles, like stable iPhone angles.
Yeah.
Because the tape glitched so bad. And
shit. Yeah.
I was like rewinding shit. I had no fucking idea what I was doing. I had no idea. I watched a Beagle video to try to figure out how to set it up, and then I had all the notes in my phone.
Nice.
But that changes. Like, now I know that, you know, it changes based on the clouds. It's like
100%. The white balance, all the shutter speed, and all that.
So
I've never filmed on a VX 1000, man. I started on the 2100. So you sold that?
I didn't even know the difference then.
Well, I'll tell you the difference. I play back every single clip. I play back. Because the VX 2100 was developed to stop that problem that they had with the VX 1000. There's much more robust, durable heads in the 2100. Yeah, it's
like a little bit darker gray too.
Yeah, better at night, but there's a certain look that the 1000 has that you just can't
It
get
does.
on these
Yeah.
ones, you know? Did you know that
No,
the
it really does.
VX1000 was originally designed, like produced by Sony for war journalists? They needed to create a camcorder that was
Huh.
durable enough to be taken into war zones. And so
I
that's the
believe that.
VX1000. So crazy.
That's durable enough though. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and this
That's
is
crazy. That
back
was durable for
in
the
the
time.
90s, you know? Yeah, it is
Those
crazy.
things are fucking eggs in my
Yeah.
eyes. I mean,
They're
compared to the
sensitive. Maybe
HMC
durable is
anyway.
the wrong word. Portable? No, because they
Yeah,
made small ones like that. But yeah, they're pretty
I
sure.
could see the VX
Yeah,
being durable though. I mean, we take it
yeah,
out in war zones
yeah.
all
We're
the
out constantly. I got my victims in my graveyard over here. You know.
Yeah, there they sit, dude.
What
I have.
happened after the VX1000?
I was really bummed out on the fact that I would like film something and I wouldn't trust if it actually came through. And I ended up, I think I got like maybe a heads cleaned or something on it, and I got another tape and filled that up, and I sent the tape to Small Fry out east, and he edited me a Dead Bread video. It's
Nice.
one. It's still online, but that was all filmed on that camera too. And then I was like, I want to be able to see the footage. I'm tired of this. I want to be able to see the clips at the end of the day and know that they're good. And so
Yeah.
that's just where it came from. And I got rid of it. Also, I wanted the VX because I was like really into that kind of riding at that time. I don't know what it was. I was just anything VX, any video on, like, I thought it was cooler.
It is cooler. I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
not necessarily, but
I don't think that way anymore.
it has a feeling to it. You know. It
Yeah,
feels I've heard people describe it. It's like it feels like
it feels
tangible.
like fucking anxiety because you don't know if your clip actually got fucking filmed or not. That's the only thing that it feels like.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, you know, all your orange tone pink bullshit, dude. It's only anxiety. That's all I got out of using that camera. Like holding it to not knowing if my clip was gonna be. And I know it's an art form. It's an art form, and I respect the fuck out of it.
It's bullshit is what it is. After this video, I'm never filming with one
Uh,
again, dude.
but yeah, but fuck VX. Fuck VX. My homies down in Chicago are like swear by the VX 1000s, and I'm like, you guys, it is time
It is
to get
time.
with the program. Like we made an entire DVD with that slogan just to fucking tell you guys that it's time to get rid of the VX.
Is that how that name came up? Get with the
No,
program?
no. It should have been though,
Yeah,
dude.
for real. That's sick.
Those guys swear by those fucking cameras, man, and I'm like, why?
But why though? So then what next? What'd you get?
Huh?
Do you have
After
what was
that,
your next camera?
HMC.
HMC.
And that's why I'm so against the fucking VX, because the HMC 150 is the sickest camera in the world.
But it films to like P2 cards, right?
No.
Films to standard SD? Okay.
Yeah,
the
nice. HMC 150 is on the SD, and then the like, I don't even know, dude. There's so many fucking abbreviations. But there's a different one. It's maybe the DVX films to P2 card. The DVX does.
I forget,
film the P2
dude.
cards and tapes, I think. And you know, yeah. But I got a DVX. I bought a DVX, and then I sold it to a dude in Arizona, I think, actually.
Chadwick?
No, who just filmed
Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle.
Oh, you sold it to Zach Beerley.
The dude that filmed Burning Slow. That
Burning Up is Zach Beerley.
Sorry.
Yeah, Zach Beerley.
Yeah, Burning Up. I don't think I sold it to Zach though. I would have known that.
You know Zach?
I know Zach. I sold it to someone other than Zach.
You might have sold it to Kyle, and then Kyle.
Kyle. Yes, Kyle. Yeah.
Everyday Kyle.
Yeah, Everyday Kyle. That's what it is. And I always think it's everyday like you know. And I always think it's like the act like you know dudes when I see his Instagram. So that's why I always forget who he is.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Everyday Kyle. Okay.
Damn, I haven't heard about Act Like You Know in so long.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm technically I'm working right now. Hold on.
Nice. I'm at work right now too. I've been.
Yeah, you are.
I've been editing this EW. It's called EWH all day. This dude, Joey, I think is his name, and he does these online business classes that Jeff films, and then I chop up, and Yeah.
What's UWH? I am curious about the
It
type of work you're doing with
stands
Seek.
for a university.
Oh,
It stands
okay.
for a university. So that's just one of our clients, but it's really, really, really boring. I mean, I've already sat through hundreds of business classes,
Yeah.
so I'm sitting here editing them and like taking out all of his ums and the spaces, and he
Yep.
talks for fucking 6 hours and
Yep.
6 hour shoot, and then I bring it down to an hour and a half or something.
That's when editing is no longer fun BMX. It's just a job,
Dude,
It's
I fell
gotta lock
asleep
in.
yesterday with the mouse in my hand. Like, I woke up gripping the mouse as hard as you could possibly imagine, and the video was paused. And I was like, yeah, I was in the middle of editing it because I'm literally just sitting there listening to a business class, but listening to it 1,000 times over because I have
Yeah.
to keep going back and going back and going back.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny. What are you editing on? Premiere Pro?
Premiere Pro now, dude. Yeah, I fucking love it. I'm never going back to anything else.
Yeah, welcome to the big boy club, There
Dude, 6
is
months ago, I didn't know how to use it at all.
there's rumors about DaVinci becoming the industry standard now. I'm sure Jeff K's talked about it a little bit or something, but I don't know. I'm reluctant to make the change. DaVinci Resolve, and I think it's
DaVinci Resolve.
I think you can download it for free. But all the real cinema heads, like the film nerds, the color grading within DaVinci is a whole beast, and then it also edits. But I'm not
I've never
switching.
even heard of it.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
Fuck it.
What is something that you've worked on at Seek lately? Not a business. Well, all right. First, business made me think. What did you graduate with a degree in? What
A
was
marketing degree, business marketing degree.
Sick. That's cool.
Yep.
I got a degree in business management and entrepreneurship. We out here, dude.
Yeah. We're out here, dude.
College educated schmucks.
Fucking bums. Why the hell would you ever go to a skate park growing up?
Yeah, exactly.
Hang out with those losers.
The whole time I was in college, I was just trying to ride and film and skate by in college, basically.
That's it. I didn't even want to go to college.
Yeah, but you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Same. I felt like I did it just for the like parental approval. Like it's the thing you're supposed to do.
100%.
I avoided all the frat parties. I just hung out with my BMX guys in the college town, and we had our little BMX house with a grind ledge out front. Very similar story to you, I'm sure.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I spent my first 2 years of college at Michigan State, and I didn't have really any bike friends there. A few of them, but no one like serious that wanted to like really go out and push it and film. Nothing like that. I just had homies that we go to skate park with and hang out. We're still friends, but once I moved to the UP to finish school, I spent like the last 2.5 years up there. I just couldn't do Michigan State anymore. There was just no motivation there for BMX whatsoever. And it was all just partying and football games. And it just felt like one massive high school.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking out of here. And nearly didn't finish. I was like doing everything in my power not to finish. And my mom and my dad were both like, very adamant about me finishing school. And my dad sent my mom child support money like every month when I was growing up. And she put like a lot of that aside for my education. And so they paid for the first 2 years, and then I got the last 2.
On student loan?
Yeah. So it was, as you can imagine, I got through the first 2 years on a free ride essentially from my parents. And then the last 2, it was like, not only do I not like school, I don't like where I'm at. I don't understand why I'm learning this shit. It doesn't feel like I'm learning. I don't know what to tell you. This just all seems like bullshit.
Yeah, because it is.
All I want to do is ride my bike. And I like, well, you can't make a living doing that. It's everyone's heard it, but it's, yeah, I fucking ended up transferring all the way up to Michigan Tech in Houghton. And I was like, if I'm going to finish, then I'm going to be where I want to be. And I'm going to do things outside of college, outside of the classroom, that I think are fun, than sitting in my fucking dorm room.
Yeah. Good for you, dude.
So,
that's badass.
Yeah.
How long ago was
sick.
This? It feels like you're still like right at the age. You graduated 2 years ago or something?
I graduated at the end of 2020. So
how old? Yeah, 2 years ago. Cool. Just
Yeah.
about.
Hold on in a meeting. Sorry, this dude just messaged me about trying to buy my van.
Dope.
But yeah, dude, I've been out for probably a year and a half now, I guess. And
Is this the first like official job out of college? Seek?
I'm on like a freelance contract here, so essentially this is one of my clients.
Okay.
But like in the eyes of the fucking tax world or whatever, but this is my first real sick ass job outside of college, like something that I always wanted, and college did not get me this job.
Yeah, for real.
So that's rad. That's kind of been one of my goals, honestly. It's so funny. Like I feel like I've had that goal internally since I started college. It's like, all right, like I'm gonna make my parents proud with this, but then after it, I'm gonna show them that you don't need it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was always one of my goals internally. I know it.
Suck on that, mom and dad. Look
Suck
at me.
on that. Look at me not using my education. But dude, I learned so much in college. Really, in the end of the day, I learned a lot of responsibility. And not to say, fuck it, I couldn't have learned that somewhere else, like doing BMX and filming and traveling. I probably could have learned to be pretty fucking responsible. But
yeah, but the structure and then just like being able to finish something and get the piece of paper, and
it taught me a lot of good things, and it kept me grounded for a couple of years, which felt like being trapped, but when I look back on it, it was being grounded. And because now I'm so ready to run all the time. I mean,
hell yeah.
Even just coming to Milwaukee now is like, 6 months has gone by, it's like thinking about what's next. I don't know. And I love Milwaukee and I love working here. I love working for Seek, but still, I hate feeling trapped. I don't like feeling trapped. And Maddie's very much the same way. And we're young and we're just like, I don't know. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Like, you want to fucking move to Spain? Like, let's do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
it's
epic.
just the mentality. It's been the mentality of the past year and a half anyway.
Do that. Go fucking live in Barcelona for a minute.
I think I'm going to have to, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Did we just watch this fucking movie? It's called like Along for the Ride.
Okay.
You got to watch this shit. It's a chick flick, but it's all about this kid that rides BMX. And
oh shit.
Girl. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. It's on. You just look it up. I don't know what streaming network it's on, but my girlfriend found it and she's like, she watched it while I was on a trip. She's like, you have to watch this, and it's so hilarious. Like how corny it is, but also how accurate it is to her and I's life.
That's beautiful.
It's so funny, dude. It is so funny. Like this chick moves to a small town for the summer or something, which is what I did to move to her. So like some things are kind of flip flopped, but the thought's still there. And it's so funny.
Life. I love that.
Yeah, this girl moved to a small town and she was like doing really well in school or whatever, and then found this kid and always knew she wanted something else outside of her like structured life. And
the cool, edgy, traveling BMX rider.
And no, the BMX rider, she finds him on a dock and he's doing like a bar spin at night and he catches crossbar and like fucking it looks so bad. And then ends up talking to her like, do you even know how to ride a bike?
Oh wow.
You'll have to watch
it. I do have to watch that. That's very funny.
He ends up doing like a flare and a fucking double tail whip air in some contest towards the end.
Shit.
So I wonder who they got to do that.
Yeah, for real. There's money there. Like I saw Brad Sims got, some crazy full production commercial where like the big rig, the big arm, I don't even know what it's called. The big truck with a camera arm on it is following down the street. And he was in the
sway arm or something.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so we're coming up on almost 2 hours here, but I wanted to ask a couple questions. One, if you could only do one trick for the rest of your BMX life, besides bunny hopping, what would it be?
A feeble grind.
I knew you were gonna say that before I even asked the question. Yeah.
I was gonna say bar spin, but
But then you can't grind.
But like when I'm 90, dude, no way I'm doing a bar. But I know when I'm 90, I can still do a feeble grind.
Hell yeah.
Those are the best. That was my first. I fucking hopped into a ledge at first time I went to a skate park. I didn't even really know how to use my pegs or whatever. I like hopped into this flat ledge to try to learn how to do double peg grinds.
Yep.
And landed in a feeble.
Yep. I think that was my first grind too.
Yeah. Accidental feeble. And I was like, what was that? What was that?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Feeble grinds.
When you learned it, were you doing it on your left side?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You got the fuck-footed advantage.
No, dude, I would switch my feet.
You would switch your feet to be left foot forward and then grind left side?
Yeah, so I was right foot forward and I would I learned like 180s the wrong way. And I was riding kind of like dirt jumps at that time. And that was about it.
Yeah.
Like little fucking dirt jumps that we dug holes and stuff, and learning like no footers, and the spinning and all the technicalities didn't really come about. And I watched Tom Dugan's Day in the Life and I just studied how he rode. And I was like, okay, so he's right foot forward and right foot forward makes sense to me. And I didn't know anyone else's names at the time in BMX to be able to search them. And
yeah,
so I just found this Tom Dugan video and it was like, he's right foot forward, I'm right foot forward. He spins right. That must be right. Like, but
oh no shit.
In all reality, I'm just shit footed.
Yeah. There's an advantage to that shit, dude. Cause then you get like Brock, I know, and then Nick Bunnell out here. Mm-hmm. They learn on the wrong side, but then all of a sudden they relearn on the regular side, and now they can do it on both sides better. You know, like,
dude, you watch my past video parts, really study them. I don't think I put a right side feeble grind in a video until Roadhog.
Yeah, I noticed that, and for the first like while of watching you, I was like, damn, he's doing all this shit opposite. And then I was like,
yeah. And now I'm like, and now I'm really comfortable with the right side and stuff. But dude, like my first handrail I ever hit.
Yeah.
Flip of me swerving in, you had to do like a 90-degree swerve. And as I'm swerving, I switched my feet and hit it left foot forward. And that's how I did it.
Hell yeah.
I have no idea why. And then I learned bar spins. And I was like, okay, well, now I want to do bar spins out of grinds. Okay, well, I don't do bar spins with my feet switched. All right, well, I should probably just fucking keep them.
Go back to normal.
Yeah, so, well, I can still to this day like switch my feet up and do.
That's sick.
Grinds. I didn't know it was cool until recently.
It didn't really become cool until recently. Like, well, it's always been cool. Danny Hickerson, for example.
Yeah, Danny Hickerson
is like, holy
out
shit.
Of curve walls and shit. Yeah.
But you underestimate, when you watch it in a video, you underestimate how difficult it is to switch your feet. It changes everything. It changes like, bunny hopping is so difficult.
Bar spin switch footed, like a regular bar spin switch footed is. I can't even comprehend that. Yeah. I feel like my bar would go straight into my thigh.
Yeah.
With my inner knee.
Every bar spin attempt I've ever done goes straight to my thigh. All right. Next final question. What's the one trick clip moment that stands out in your mind the most over your past couple of years of going really hard?
Clip, trick, and moment.
Yeah, I guess it could all be the same thing, but
the video has not come out yet, and I'm thinking they will start to drop within the next week or so.
Ooh.
But I did the scariest thing I've ever done in my fucking life, like, and on this last BSD trip, and it's the ender in the video, and I edited it, so I like giving myself the ender so funny, but it kind of got voted on.
Yeah.
So I get a free pass.
And I get ender in this video.
Yeah. But it was just such a fucking amazing moment, and everything around it. Gut Stains was there, and I don't want to give too much away about it because it's unreal. But
can I? What kind of spot?
It's a feeble grind.
It's a feeble grind.
It's a feeble grind.
What I'm talking about.
And it's a hubba. And it's a hubba.
All right. Let's say
less. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's only a feeble. And there's this spot in Houston that they should probably like reconsider the spot, because it's probably gonna fucking take someone out one of these days. Seriously.
No shit.
It's so unreal. It's insane. There's a fucking there's a wave hubba and there's this other hubba, and dude, it's fucked.
I guess we'll have to wait until what's the video?
It's this new BSD video from Houston.
And it's gonna come out next week.
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, it's not up to me. It's up to the people that are in control of it. I can't say too much about it because it's like this whole fucking secret thing, but it's already had.
Secret sauce, dude.
Dude, I hate being secret because I do. My mouth, like, Reed knows this about me. He couldn't even tell me they were adding. Like, I'm about to say that they're adding Grant right now. Like, that's, dude, my mouth is fucked. I just love BMX and I wanted to talk about it. And, dude, this fucking feeble grind I did is the scariest thing I've ever put myself through in my life. And I had to do it 3 times.
What?
I bent my pedal. I blew off the back. I fucked up my knee. I fucked up my foot.
Oh, you didn't land it 3 times. You had to like do the feeble 3 times.
I landed it 1 time and I crashed twice. And when you get on it, it is like fucking 20 plus feet in the air, and you feel like you're jumping off a cliff. And I was up there like on top of this balcony where it was coming out of, and it was just silent and like fucking echoey, and I was up there by myself, man, and I fucking go back and like circle around this pole, and I would just I would imagine myself like pedaling through a wall or like a barrier of some kind, and I was just like, this is your turn off point. Like, go around this pole and do not have another thought in your mind but landing this fucking trick. Like, that's all you can think about, or you're gonna die. Like, you're actually gonna die.
Yeah.
If you do not get in this grind, you are gonna die, kid. Like,
fuck, that sounds so crazy.
And I only had 2 fucking pegs on because I'm an idiot, dude. I had cross pegs because we're doing this. I had to do an X-sub this thing. I had to do an X-sub grind with only 2 pegs, and we get to this hubba, and I'm like, I'm so in the zone at this point. I'm like, no one touched my bike. Like, no, I'm not putting other pegs on. I was too in the zone. I was like, that's going to take too much time. I just need to get up there. Like, I'm fine. I'll be fine. And I swear having my pegs like that is what was causing me to come off early the entire time. And dude, I came off from like peak point.
Damn.
Like, dude, where you're terrified of, yo, don't pull off there, pulled off there. Second time, pulled off even sooner.
Shit, man. I'm excited to see this. Especially like if you're on a BSD trip, is Denim there? Is Reed there? Because
Denim and Reed and Curly and dude, Denim and Reed alone
absolute hogs. So
they're hogs, and they're also motivating as fuck. They're
for sure.
Sick. Like,
they bring the vibe.
And honestly, had Reed not been there, I don't know that I would have done it. And I mean, Denim was a huge motivator during all of it, and all the boys were. They were being super supportive, but I remember Reed just saying, it's just a feeble. Just breathe. Like, he screamed that at me because I was freaking out. I did it twice and my foot was hurting. Yeah. And I was like, I know I can do this, but like, it's just going to take that right one. You know, everyone goes through it. And I just didn't know my body could withstand the fucking impact again. I really didn't know. And he said that. He was like, it's just a feeble, just breathe. And pedaled back. That, dude. And I literally was, it's just a feeble, it's just a feeble, it's just a feeble, it's just a feeble. Fucking bounced and held on. And like, dude, my face, everything about the clip in that moment, and that, dude, I loved that clip. Like, that was one of the best moments in my life. And after it, I got a pickup hug from Curly. He like spun me around, and everyone gave me hugs. And then Gut Stains, fucking Tristan, he comes up to me. Dude, I just met him on that trip, and he comes up to me and he's like, I don't know if it was sweat or tears, but I like to think it was tears, especially the tone of his voice. He was definitely close to crying. And he's like, I've been driving past this spot since I was a little kid going to school. He's like, I've dreamed about taking a photo of this for 15 years. He just said, he goes, thank you. And gives me the biggest hug. And I just instantly was like, tears coming out of my eyes. And I've never cried over a clip before. And that one was like, it's like, holy fuck. Like, I can't feel any part of my body right now.
I can't wait, dude. That's amazing.
So fucking cool. That is the best part about BMX and just being a psychopath, as you said. There's, it's controlled chaos. There's like calculated psychopathness. There's some calculations in there. I got through a little bit of a process.
It's all calculated risk taking, you know?
Most of the time, the calculations are for me just go faster. Like, at least as of lately.
Yeah. Add speed
then you have
to
balance
succeed.
less.
That's the move.
Yeah. Yeah. Watching that new Lewis video too was fuck yeah, dude. This kid pedals, man.
It's so sick. That's one of my favorite videos of all time. That one that they just put out. All right, I'm gonna end it on that, dude. That Beeble story. I'm so excited. I'm gonna put this out on
hunting and
we covered everything. And 2 hours went by like nothing.
Yeah, that feels like 20 minutes.
I'll be putting this out in 2 days. So when you guys are hearing this, it's Sunday, July 10th, if I can do math correctly, and it's time for both of us to get back to our jobs.
Yeah, I gotta fucking wrap up this Friday, man.
Yeah, go edit and have a good Friday.
I got a lot of shit done before Glasgow now. Hopefully,
any last words for my massive audience of a couple hundred people?
Go out and do what you fucking love every day of your life. Obsess over it. Don't let anyone tell you what to think, what to do. Like, just do what makes you happy. You don't know if you're gonna die tomorrow. And thank you, Bobby, for having me on here, and thank you to anyone that has been my friend along the way. This has been fucking incredible. All right.
Hell yeah, Trent. All right.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love BMX. I love doing this shit, and I love everything about this. So thank you, Bobby.
So long, farewell, everybody.